Hello everybody, this is Wedge299, the Red Alert page admin. Hey, I'm back. Took a little break from doing this thing for a little while. It's 2016 now, the 2nd, January 2nd, I always do that. Having a good time watching reviews of everyone else, just enjoying time with my family and such. And over the holidays, I've been posting on my page and whatnot about figures I've been picking up the last few weeks, and this one is an absolute privilege. I was so happy I was going to be getting one of these from the comic shop that I've been working at, but that kind of fell through one day and someone bought it out from underneath me. Irritated me. And then came my savior, Mr. Engineer Hoist. He lives relatively close to me, and he said, hey, I've got a spare if you're willing to pick up a few things and trade. I said, absolutely I will. And that is how this review of MP Grimlock came to be. I absolutely love this figure. He's a bit big to fit in my little review area here. There we go. It's fabulous. I had just traded him a certain amount of money worth of figures, and he handed me this guy in box. It was the Toys R Us exclusive re-release of him, so it was the one in the the very big bold box versus the original one, which was him in Dino mode with the plastic clamshell over the top of it. But this one is great. I think this one is mainly like the Takara version, because on the front here it doesn't have any painted details on the front of the knees. It's a little irritating, but because it shows it on the box. Here, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'll show you that. Alright, here we are. Should take him out. Put this big freaking box in there. Put him to the side for a second. If you look here, it shows paint details on the knee. Sorry, let me focus that. There's paint details right there on the knee, and it shows on his shoulder here. It's kind of bright, but it shows the paint detail right there. But that is from the original Grimlock release, not this re-release that came out a few years ago. Take that out. Let the white balance reset itself. And bring in Big Boy again. There he is. And I do absolutely love it. If you want him upright, like he is most of the time in the cartoon, you have to leave him with his tail sitting flush to the ground, because that's not, dinosaur accurate, but that's more cartoon accuracy and how he was, which is fine. You can get him to stand a little bit, because these ball joints in the hips, which turn, as everyone knows, into the shoulders, are pretty decent. So he can be like that, or he can be completely forward, head up, which is great. Let's put him back in his more cartoon accurate stance. Yeah, he does have his articulated arms, ball joint, the regular pin joint here at the elbow. He's got articulated fingers. Let's focus on that. Got 3 separate articulated fingers. They do look very good. They're rounded points, so they're not very pointy. Spin them around here for a second. Up a little bit. You get a couple clicks on the jaw, and he does have like a flamethrower inside of his mouth. You also have this little button on the inside of the jaw, which will allow it to snap closed. Now you could tell this is the Hasbro version because the teeth are rounded, not very sharp. I've been told that the Takara version are nice points to them, and the jaw snaps shut very quickly versus this being a real soft close. I mean, that's pretty poor right there. And let's bring it up to the head. Now, back it up a little bit. Second, I gotta raise the camera here a little bit to get a good look at this. Bring him in close and raise it a little bit more. I like using the red eyes. He has the head opening gimmick where you can pop it around, give him blue eyes. Blue eyes, I believe, was cartoon accurate. Red eyes was toy accurate. I like him being fierce, so I stick with the red. Oh, spin it the other way. So he is staying red for me. He has a lot of molded in detail here. Nice panels, rivets everywhere. I love this big bold Autobot symbol right in the middle of his belly. Nice tail. He does have that silly gimmick where you take the tail, spin it move from side to side, and moves his head. It's a joke. I don't care for it, so I don't do much with it. Back up. More zoomed out. Well, I believe that is everything we need to see in Dino mode. He holds together very well. Love the neck detailing in here. Inside the clear plastic there. Alright, let's see if I can get this transformation here without a snag. This is usually not too difficult, but it's definitely involved. Let me lower the camera a little bit again. Alright. What I like to do, start here and separate the chest cavity somewhere. Get a fingernail in there. Pry it apart some. That'll allow you to tilt the head back and start bringing this apart. Bring those back. Then I start like just tilt them up for effect. And hey, there's a Grimlock with a crown on his head. Because it fits so nicely, I don't even take the stupid thing off. I'll leave it on there permanently. No, I haven't glued it or anything, but I just really like it. Move the arms up. And now we're going to start the tail transformation. Start here at the tip. Just start separating all that good stuff. Pull the legs apart like so. And just pull and twist while you're doing it. At this point, you want to swivel the tail into the body, like that. Bend the knee back, like so. Take the tail tip. Hey guys, he spreads all the way around. Take the tail tip, flip that in, put that into the back of the leg. Now none of this pegs in back here. That's the only thing, one of the few things that bothers me about it. Everything just kind of just slides into place. And that slides in to be kind of the heel support and fill out the beef of the leg. Spin that around, like I can show you there. Stuff likes to just fall out of place. And rinse and repeat. Do it again for this side. Swing that out. Push the tail in. Swing the tail in towards the body. That will lock in. That will sit into place. Turn it at the hip there. Bring. Okay, he can kind of stand at this point on his own. Let's stand that for now. Raise the camera up again. Take the upper body, swivel it here, bring it straight up, bring the hips out straight, then bring them straight down. And that's the entire lower half transformed. Now, this little piece here is going to insert into the middle of the chest when you slide that down, and you'll get an Autobot logo right there. Now that's not there when he's in Dino mode. That kind of pushes in place once he is transformed. Let's bring his arms back forward. Sorry, I'm doing this while I'm still focused in on his chest. Let me back it out again. Alright, push him back some. The arms are there. They don't transform anything really. You just take out the hands by swinging open the bottom inside the leg. I like to push here at the very edge of the black. And that starts the swinging the arms out. These are tight. They kind of rub against other pieces inside of it. So that kind of makes it a little bit slow in pulling it out. There we go. Hands transformed. Now the right hand, his left hand has opening fingers and a thumb. You get the three that are pinned together down there and the trigger finger. You can move the toes out of the way if you want to. They're very tight. You don't have to if you don't want to. I like to just a little bit. And there we have fully transformed masterpiece, Grimlock. And he looks wonderful. I'm gonna spin him around here. Oh, not fully transformed because you still have to take the head. There's a little hole right there, in the middle of his forehead. There's a notch right here. It kind of just rests there. Any over movement, and bam, it'll pop right out. But it's not too major. Position the dino arms any which way you want, because they're just back there as kibble. But it's the kind that is show accurate kibble, so most people don't have a problem with it. And like I said, these don't peg in at all. They just kind of rest in place there. I've tightened up all the screws down there to hope that it would stop doing that. It doesn't. So it is what it is. It's a great figure. It does come with two accessories, which I did not show in Dino mode because there's no way of using them in Dino mode, so there was no point. He comes with his beautiful, brutal double blaster. Very well molded. Nice black. I kind of wish they had painted the barrels black as well, and just left the very tips to be to show off when he uses gimmick. And he has a sword. Very nice, very well molded. It all works extremely well. Now, the gimmick I'm talking about is in his right hand. You can take a sword, plug it straight in. There's a button on the back side of his shoulder that will allow you to put a light that emanates from his hand, and then it just filters up into the blade. Give me a second, I'll turn off a couple lights here and allow you to see things a little bit better. Leave one light on, see how that looks. Nope, turn that light off too. And there you go. It looks pretty nice. For piping through the hand up into the blade. Turns back on for now. Alright, that's the sword. Take a look at the gun now. Alright, I'll turn that back off and we'll take a look at the gun. What you can see, there's not a whole lot happening right here when you use the gun. But if you point the gun, if you look straight in, there you go. You get the effect that you're looking for. Comes right at you. Looks really good. Alright, give me 1 second here, folks. Yes, and that is Grimlock with his weapons. Now you can also store in this hand too. Doesn't hold very well in that hand, but he has a nice gimmick to where, see this little right there, he's got a little divot. And on the underside of both the sword here and on the gun, there's this little post here which will go right into that divot. Refocus. Go right into that, allowing it to hold. So the fingers aren't actually holding the sword. The sword is sitting in that divot, and it holds it perfectly. Nothing falls out, doesn't get shaky. He works perfectly. Is he leaning forward? No, he's all right. Articulation is this nice ball socket there on the shoulder, so it only goes out so far because it hits the top. But it can rotate all the way around if you move things and get them out of the way. Don't do the splits on me there, buddy. He has upper bicep swivel. He has a double stand up. He has a double jointed elbow, which gets you to 90 degrees. Just like that. Shame that it takes not 2 joints to get it to that point, but that's what it is. He has great forward and back knee, hip rotation. He's got outwards rotation, but fortunately mine doesn't hold out. And these are all just friction. Just friction, no ratchets in there. Like in that, there's one elbow joint, the upper elbow joint, that has a hinge ratchet up in here. Sorry, my camera only likes to take 20-minute videos. It stops. It makes me have to start another one. Okay. Bring that back. Back on his hips. Now I have absolutely no fear of him falling at any point. I have tightened up the screws here on both the hips. It's not working. I have clear nail polish. I have floor cleaner. I have super glue. If I ever feel the need to do that, I will. Right now, I really don't. I am very happy with this figure. Oh, let me take a quick get the crown off his head. Because that's very securely on there. When you push it down on there really well, it sits. I love this crown. It is great. And this is comic book accurate. Now, as well with the head gimmick in Dino mode, you also have the head gimmick here, where if it's in the switch in the downward position, he's got baby blue eyes. Oh, they're so nice. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that one either. Switch it back to red. Looks a lot better. His head sculpt is superb. I really like it. He has a lot of articulation. He can look up very well. Nothing's going to attack him from above. Catch him by surprise. He can look down exceptionally well, but of course he's staring at the top part of his chest. All in all, I would say if you have the opportunity to pick up this figure, minor flaws and all, do it. Could get pricey, but if the opportunity presents itself, do what you can and get it. Whether you keep him in Dino mode for a while, I switch back and forth. Honestly, I've had him for about 2.5 weeks now. I got him a little before Christmas, and I love it. He's great. I switch back and forth between Dino mode and Robot mode and just have him on display. Now, I didn't really have anything to compare him with Dino wise, size comparison, because I just have a couple of AOE. Well, I have 1 second. All right, show you a couple of size comparisons here. I forgot I had one figure that I could show him off in Dino mode, but it's not that big of a deal, really. That I have. Sorry, just doing a couple minor adjustments on him. I have his dustiness, Fall of Cybertron Grimlock, and Generations Fall of Cybertron Grimlock. Picked this guy up from the comic shop months ago. I really like it. So I kind of give you a size height comparison. They look pretty good together. I'm showing him off as kind of a surprise. Something coming later by means of Engineer Hoist as well, because I did something else. I'm trading with him for something else, and I will show you 1 second. Alright, in order to show you what I'm doing, I have to take Grimlock out because this figure is actually bigger. What I'm doing is trading this Transformer Cybertron Primus for something else, which I will not say. I'm getting it sooner or later. There are a couple little hints there where some people might be able to start guessing, but you'll see him soon enough. I like this. I might actually look for one up for myself here I've got some feelers out. My buddy Megatron of Art, Chris, he might be peeking around up his area, see if he can find one for me. So that's that. So in conclusion, see, falls out of place. Kind of goes right back in as soon as you stand him, though. In conclusion, if you can find this guy at the right price, pick it up. Pick him up. He is a superb figure. And that's about all I have to say. I think I'm done. About a 25 or so minute review for a large guy like this. One more size comparison, I guess. Bot mode. Oh, who's that? Someone I just picked up yesterday. Blue Streak. Yes. This is also the Toys R Us exclusive version of him, and it's great. I really like the mold. I've got something on the way from China, which I'll do another review of as well. I'm probably gonna have this guy and that one in the review together as well. So, in conclusion, this is Wedge299, Red Alert Facebook page admin, wishing you adieu, and hope to see you around sometime. Please leave any type of comments in the description down below, here or on the Facebook page. I like interacting with my peeps, my followers. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye now.